Hey guys, it's me, Meteorz. Welcome back to Super Princess Peach. Today we're going to be starting the mini game, starting off with Toad Jump. There are 10 levels here. This is my least favorite one because I have to blow into the microphone and post-narrate it, which is really annoying. But of course, what you're hearing now is post-narration, so whatever. Basically, the rules are simple. You blow in the microphone to make Toad jump. The longer you blow in, the longer he jumps. However, the microphone isn't always super responsive, so you might end up running right into one of those mecha spiny beetles or whatever the crap they're called, which isn't very fun. In fact, I'll probably be struggling with the controls quite often in this game, but whatever. I've noticed that light breathing actually does more than heavy breathing, so if you just want to do like quick breaths, do like not it does wonders actually. And either way, even if you go by those rules, it still probably doesn't always work. By the way, the first level is pretty simple. Just a bunch of enemies to avoid. There are no pits or anything. And first level clear. Yay! Not really much of a big deal there. Now we go into level 2, which you have to exit out, then go into each one, which is how that works for some reason. But either way, let's start off level 2. Same thing, you might see more enemies lined up in a row like this, which isn't really too big of a deal. You'll see more pits, so that's the thing. You'll see more in a row. So yeah, not really too much different, just maybe a little bit different. Either way, just a little bit further. Close, but no cigar. As you can tell, hitting that also, no cigar. And sometimes I don't want to breathe properly, and it doesn't register and makes you fall in a pit. And sometimes it does it again twice in a row. So kind of frustrating, but whatever. Let's try this again, successfully this time. Not much else to say, just work on your breathing skills. It'll be great, because you have to really learn how to breathe properly. If you smoke, it's probably not going to be too easy, because, well, you probably messed up your lungs something fierce by now. So don't smoke, kids. Just saying, that's a thing. Otherwise, you can't properly do wonderful games like this. You have to blow into the microphone, which is such a great feature that you want to miss out on. It's not great and stuff. And yeah, yay, we cleared it! Yay! Now we move on to level 3. Things are going to get more fun from here. Honestly, it doesn't really get too much more difficult from what we've already seen. You might see like 4 enemies in a row, maybe 5 or something. Well, actually, it has like the space of 5. But really, you don't really see too much more. You might see an enemy in front of a pit like that. But outside of that, there's not really much else. Pits are probably like that right there is probably like the biggest threat, seeing those 3 lined up like that. But that's really the worst you're going to get. And that's pretty much it. Or you might run into a pokey like that and be completely stupid. Which is something that happens because the breath isn't willing to respond. Like I said multiple times, but whatever. You can't always rely on the great game mechanics to play through. Honestly, I'm pretty sure the same thing could be accomplished by just holding down the A button, but nope. Gotta get that gimmick breathing in there. Gotta add that in. Gotta just force it in the game. Cause intuitive, it's innovative, it's great. Gotta force those controls on you, because people just love when you force control options down your throat. Anyway, anyway, clear, yay. Let's move on to level 4, which once again isn't really too much different. I mean, basically the same rules apply. You might see more enemies. Might see, ooh, right off the bat we have like 3 little mecha beetle things lined up. You'll see the enemies also being a little more close together, so you're going to have to breathe a lot quicker and drop a lot quicker too. Sometimes when you want to drop down, it doesn't let you drop down, because that's, once again, a thing with the microphone. But, hey, whatever. It's a thank goodness I actually got on the capture card, so I could actually look at the screen on the computer, because otherwise I'd have to look at the bottom screen as I'm blowing into the microphone. Like, on a 3DS, it's nearly impossible, because you're blowing in the microphone, and the screen's kind of like tilted at a 180-degree angle, so you only slightly see what's going on, but not quite, and that's the thing. On the DS, it's not as bad, because the microphone's directly in the middle between the 2 screens, so you can see what's going on, but with the 3DS, it's just annoying. So, yeah, that's the thing that happens. So is that. And let's do it one more time for good measure, just in case we, didn't figure out the greatness of this yet. Either way, that should be it for all the fails. From this point on, I think I actually just like one-shot the levels from this point on. So, yeah, that's way too close for comfort there, but I got it. So, there you go. But yeah, playing this on a DS is much easier. Unfortunately, the DS doesn't have a capture device. So if you have a 3DS with the capture device, it's super easy. So you go into the microphone at the bottom of the 3DS, and I don't know how I actually walked across that pit. I think I kind of blew myself up and something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, basically if you have a 3DS that doesn't have a capture card, yeah, you're gonna have a pretty good time trying to do these, because you won't have a screen to look at all. And it's on an IPS screen, which has like a full color no matter which angle you turn it at, up to like 178 degrees. No, you don't get that luxury with the DS. It kind of like inverts color a lot quicker. Well, I think only the cheaper models do. Like there are two different types of screen types for the 3DS. There was like that one that was really great, and then newer models like the red version and stuff actually ended up having kind of like a yellow tinted, and they tended to invert more. Why am I talking about this? That's right, because I was talking about the horrible controls of this game, and I was actually saying why it's bad to play in a 3DS. And alright, got it! How we got back on that subject. I don't think I've actually been talking about this game in general for almost this entire time. But level 7, here we go, let's start to talk. You'll notice the actual background changes as well. You might have noticed that back from like 6 actually, but either way, you'll see the evening falling on here. But as you can tell, the levels honestly don't get too much more difficult. This doesn't look any different than what we've already seen, honestly. This is pretty much all the same. But alright, I mean, we still have 4 more levels, so that's what, I mean, we'll have a Pokey and a Spiny next to each other, which doesn't really do too much, but yay, clear! Yeah, why not? But you also notice you get more coins for each one you get. So for the first level you got 10, next one you get 20, on level 10 you get 100 coins for clearing it. And now we're in the nighttime. Night has fallen, so now we can finish up these levels normally. Hooray! Jumping over to 2Es, because that's the thing we do. Pretty much the Spine's been replaced by 2Es and do the exact same thing. And the gaps are a little bit closer together, and some of the gaps are spaced further apart, but it's nothing really noticeably different. If you've already gotten used to the jumping mechanics in this game by now, you should definitely have no problem at this point. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I was having struggled with like the first 3 or 4 levels, and then from that point on, it didn't make any more mistakes. Level 9 doesn't really still get any more difficult, but at least now at nighttime, so we're getting near the end of this. We're getting near the end of life, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, there might be, hey look, 2 beetles in front of a gap, yay! But that's, and 4 in a row, ooh, scary there. 3 2Es in a row. 3 Spinies in a row. Pokies, not Spinies. Those are Spinies there. Alright. Now, I will see the enemy placement near the edges is kind of interesting. But level 10 is actually easier than level 9 in terms of the enemy placement. But we'll see that in a second. We're going to go to level 10 now, the final level of Toad Jump, thankfully. Then we never have to play this game ever again. And I won't. There's a gap out of the bat, another gap, just one spiny thing. And still just one enemy in a row in pits. Nothing's really changed at all. Now there's just one enemy before a pit, and that's it. I mean, there's like nothing. There's nothing different about this level at all from what we've already seen. There's a big gap there, and a big gap there, but that's it. And we did it. So with that, we are done with Toad Jump, thankfully. So we can be done with this minigame, move on to the next one, which is going to be, if you can see it's all cleared there. Next one is going to be Toad Shot. See you guys next time.